Yeah, I'm late, I know. What's up, everybody? I was rushed from finishing to record a video, okay? In my defense, Your Honor, I was recording a video. Hello, everybody. Oh yeah, I gotta respond to my sister real quick. Alright, I'm here with y'all. Yeah! Okay. A few things before we start. Just some quick, smaller situations that happened. Mythos just announced the graduation of Athena, who wants to pursue a new overseas career opportunity. I don't know what's going on with Mythos agency, by the way. I feel like their talents are like dropping like flies lately. Oh, hey, we got resubs on Twitch from Sparkshot and Gom Nabi. Thank you. And we got 5 gifted subs in the waiting room by Hika. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. And Master N, please never say you want something to happen again. Yeah, my bad. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. The other thing is that Bao's TikTok account was permanently banned. Not sure how that happened. I got mass reported from that fucking Aussie Jousy video, lol. Squeegee responded, what? How will I see your curse repost now? Interesting. There's also a few other things. I'm just gonna go through this while people gather before I start with the main topic. But Connor tweeted, Japan stopped accepting packages to the US, so who needs the cinnamon rolls? And apparently it's true. Japan did suspend some US-bound mail after the US ended duty exemption. I guess tariffs are going up again. So US-bound individual gifts exceeding $100 and goods for sale will no longer be accepted from Wednesday. Crazy. Good Smile also reported the same. Isn't this going to be super bad for the VTuber industry? Which is the main reason why I'm talking about this now. I think this is really gonna halt the VTuber development in the West, or at least like bring it back a little bit. I know that Cover Corp especially really suffered from the tariffs in their latest quarterly report. So yeah, the effects are being felt. Yeah, it's killing VTuber merch overseas. Good Smile already cancelled all deliveries to the US. Oof. It's sad, man. It's really sad. I guess this also affects the broader anime industry too. Everything that is shipped from Japan is gonna suffer. Sorry, my American friends, but you know, you can always just cross the border to your northern neighbors and join me in Canada. Oh, and there's also Iron Mouse, who's been featured in Rolling Stone, and for Rolling Stone, not Stoned, and included her in the 25 most influential creators of 2025 list. Isn't that crazy? She's in place 17. Basically a VTuber on the 25 most influential creator list. In a mainstream media magazine. It's pretty big. Did you see Suisa on the cover of Forbes JP 30 under 30? I thought this was Photoshop. Was this real? I thought it was an edit. Don't listen to her. I tried that and she kicked me out of her house. Oh wait, the Forbes thing was real? Are you serious? Wow, that's so cool. VTuber's really breaking into the mainstream. Unfortunately, it sucks that well, the merch thing is not gonna follow because we could have really opened the floodgates. Recognition for VTubers long overdue. I agree. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. All right, I think I'm ready to start with the first topic. I think we'll start with Chibidoki, and then we'll do the Mountain Dew stuff. So a lot of people are curious about what is the Chibidoki thing about. It all started... Basically, it's been triggered by this. She's releasing a 3D figurine from her original model, not her gremlin model. And some people are upset with that because she's criticized lolicons in the past, and they're bringing up past tweets of her dating back from 2021. Now, this isn't anything new. I think we've discussed them in our Discord server. By the way, if you want to join, discord.gg/Rima. And we've also discussed this on stream, I'm pretty sure, a couple times. Some people speculated that that's why she kind of like stopped using her original model and went, you know, started using only her gremlin model. How many monkeys? Thank you so much for the 18-month YouTube resub. That's huge. Thank you. And now, the figurine looks really cool though. This is the official website. There's the bundle. You can buy the gremlin, and oh my god, the Shondo one looks also really fucking good. Like it's insane. All of their stuff is really cool. But I digress. So anyway, the release of this figurine sparked some discussions. Why is everybody quoting this post all of a sudden as if she didn't just collab for a lowly figurine of her model? Guys, it's from 4 years ago. Please chill. And it's basically this post. Please don't tag me if you're a lolicon. You're literally part of the problem. So yucky. I opened the same link twice. 1 second. Then she says, Shibi art style does not equal child. These people will defend a sexualized child in lingerie, but attack anyone who is in a cute style. They will attack anyone but those who portray their sick fantasies. I'm disgusted. Because back when she got her model, people pointed out it was a lolly, and she said it wasn't, which it clearly is. And she also said she disliked lolly, and that is the reason she used. Yeah, I don't think she's comfortable with sexualizing lollies. The head of the Shibi is not big enough. Chibidoki is just so cute and funny. Yeah, she is. Howdy, Namond. Thank you for the Precious Squad resub. Thank you for the 15 month. Hope all is well for you too. That word is literally French. I know, Kimchi, and that's why I repeated it, because I knew that you guys were going to call me out if I didn't pronounce lingerie well. But it's like, it's not really French because you got to pronounce it with an English accent when you're reading it in English. Whatever. You guys wouldn't understand anyways. You guys wouldn't understand. But back to Chibidoki. There's also this other post here where she says, I couldn't agree more with this. It's very scary when people lewd their characters that are meant to appear childlike, especially when you encourage it. It's scary. So people are basically, you know, calling her out for, I don't know, they think it's for hypocrisy. And there's just two... It's like a screenshot. This user tweeting, God, the whole I'm a petite woman thing in the VTuber community is so fucking annoying. No one asked. You aren't a character design. Shut up. I get that sometimes you don't want your character described as lollies when they're just like little or something. On the other hand, I don't give a fuck if you have a flat chest IRL. You can't use the petite woman existing for this every time. I don't know how to articulate it very well. When someone designs a character, there's a lot of thought that goes into every part of it. Your persona can be a small tuber, and that's fine, but it's very weird when you open things like not safe for work tags or entertain not safe for work content for them. When you create a character with traditionally childlike feature and then open them up for not safe for work, you don't get the free pass of, well, petite women exist. Yes, we do. We're also real people. You didn't design. Shut up. And Chibi here is seen replying, saying, I couldn't agree more with this. It's very scary when people loot their characters that are meant to appear childlike, especially when you encourage it. It's scary. So this is the full interaction of the other tweet we just read here, but since that user deleted their Twitter, this is the archive. Yeah, the original author deleted all of these tweets. But okay, before I go into her response, I'm just gonna point out another person who's been discussing it, and then we'll move to her response, because I don't want to take too much time on this. So this person's saying, maybe it's just chibi or petite in her eyes, unless she confirms or denies it. Literally, I don't know if it's concrete proof. I mean, as far as I know, she's not really sexualizing it, so maybe in her eyes it's fine. Mountain Dew's tweet got community noted. Nice. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, by the way. I'm just gonna call him Mountain Dew. The problem is that she still has discarded that lolly model on the right, so no, she shouldn't be seeing it as chibi or petite in 2025. Maybe to lean into that insufferable, quirky chungus, oh look at me, I'm so he baited me, avatar. I wouldn't know, man, I can't read minds, unless she says it directly, I can't really believe any theories. This is cope. That makes zero sense with what happened in 2021, since the model was debuted after Chibi had been called out for using a lolly model. Me still believing that she is an anti is not based on mind reading assumptions, since she's not admitted to being wrong. So this person thinks she's an anti. Didn't YouTube change the policy? Now you can swear away? Oh, is that why I'm not getting demonetized anymore? I do feel like I can swear more now. But it's not a... This is considered a slur. I mean, I already said my opinion on that. I try to keep it family friendly on stream. It's not that I really care about the word, but just, you know, I try to make my stream as comfortable for as many people as possible, so I don't mind, you know, just being a little bit more family friendly while I stream. Okay, so then what happened in the Chibidoki thing is that 22 hours ago, she made a tweet saying, thanks you guys for helping me become a kinder person streaming, and you have taught me so much when it comes to so many things. Thank you for being kind to me and knowing that people can grow, and even if you don't like me, I truly hope you have a happy day. P.S. I still like you, even if you don't like me, so that makes us half friends. So it was just like, you know, a positive tweet. I don't know if it was aimed at the discussion or something, or if it was just like a, you know, positive tweet. But this person basically linked her old post from 2021 And then wrote, considering the girl herself has liked this response, I hope your view on lolicons has been changed. We just like cute anime girls. It's that simple. I am willing to alter my perception of Chibi if she openly states her previous comments about lolicons were false, openly. So this person is demanding that Chibidoki responds to these comments she made back in 2021. And I guess she thought that this was a good time, or as good as time as any, to finally tackle this topic. And I think she did kind of well in her response, because it's been overall very well received. But I mean, you guys can see for yourself. We'll get through them. She says, I was wrong to make mean/accusatory statements. It's not who I am. I don't hate anyone. I promise you don't have to like me or forgive me. I just want you to know that I don't hate you. And the person responds, I appreciate this open response. Thank you. And she says, thank you for letting me grow. Wait, there was more tweets. Fuck. I had a brain fart while I was preparing my notes document and I forgot to link the last one. She added more. She says... She also responds to somebody else saying, first, I want to apologize for saying these very mean things. I want to clarify that the dates of those tweets have been removed or edited out from my memory, going off the profile picture / my memory. Please feel free to use an engine to double check me. I tried but couldn't get it to work. If I am wrong, please let me know. I don't remember posting anything like that in years because my opinions have changed. They are all from 3 to 4 years ago. That does not excuse the posts. I just want people to know that I don't think that way anymore and that they are not recent. I promise I don't hate you or anyone else. I have a love for everyone. I've learned a lot about the terms I have learned a lot about the terms through streaming and realized I was horribly wrong and acting like a bully. And I'm truly sorry to those I hurt. I genuinely mean it. And she responded to somebody else, I like everyone, I promise. Somebody else said, even the lolicon. And she said, she insisted, I like everyone! Exclamation mark. I didn't see this. Okay, so this was in a response to... Oh, that was a thread we opened earlier. I should have just scrolled down. She responded to it. So here she said, thank you for being very kind, but people are just calling me out for saying mean things. They have a right to do that. No one has been mean to me, in my opinion. I think if I do something wrong, people should have the right to say so. I'm not a perfect person, but I want to be better. I feel like this response is so gracious of her. Yeah, she has spoken. I hadn't seen those tweets of her from back then. To clarify I guess this is when people were accusing her avatar of being a lolly. To clarify, my avatar is 18 plus and 5'5". I'm not a lolly, I'm just petite and based off my proportions IRL. And I am an adult IRL. I'm not baiting anything. If you have a problem with my art style, making my character look young, I draw all characters like that because it's a chibi style. It kind of hurts my feeling. I think lollies are cute when wholesome, but I'm not a lolly. I love cute / small art style, so that's just my aesthetic and how I draw. I draw every character like that, I'm sorry. Oh, but she says here that she thinks lollies are cute. I think she just doesn't like it when they're sexualized. Just, I don't know, I get so many creepy lolly comments, so I make my height average to show I'm not a lolly, and then I get people that are shocked by it, and it rubs me the wrong way. Please don't tag me if you're a lolicon. Okay, we've seen that one. Same screenshot posted twice for some reason, just to confuse us more. I'm gonna save this in my notes just in case. Or at least post them in my Discord server, because I don't think we posted that one. Okay, so yeah, overall, I think her response has been really well received. So I think usually I'm against responding to like fucking Stone Age drama, because I'm like, oh, it's usually not worth it, just kicking the dust up. But in her case, I feel like it really worked out. I don't know what you guys think, but I think she handled it pretty well. And she finally managed to, because this was something that people would bring up every now and then, and now she can, you know, finally put this matter to rest. Oh, what the fuck? Aligraza with the Akasupa? What is he saying in this red message? I'm scared to read it. This is why some people think calling your post after a few years is important. You never know when old stuff you saw on the internet will come up in bad faith. Ew, that is smart. That is smart, but like, what's the cutoff though? So what, is it like every 2 years you do a wipe? Because you change so much, especially when you're on the internet, you change like so fast. Except me, I've actually found some word for word sentences that I've said recently that I've said like years ago. I'm legit a broken clock. I'm just a robot. I just repeat the same shit over and over again. The same jokes. Hoping no one will notice. Every new slang you wipe your entire internet history. Oh, a new slang came out. I don't know if I ever used it. As a lolly VTuber, I'm glad she said this, and I do think she did it well. Okay, that's great, Momoka. Thank you for your input. Put the fries in the bag. You should delete that one. That one wasn't that bad, chat. That one wasn't that bad. Put the fries in the bag. It was pretty good. Come on. All right. Talking about, you know, kicking up dust from old drama, Mountain Dew decided to finally today release a Google Doc on his time at VShojo. Not sure why he waited that long to do this. But here we are. Didn't break 1K like. Locked off comments. Has less than 400 retweets. Not looking too hot. Good night, Ryder. Thank you for the 25 bits. But yeah, before we start, I mean, I've skimmed this, and he just never addresses the allegations of, you know, being creepy to talents, of starting rumors about talents. He doesn't talk about any of that. He like sidesteps all of these allegations, which was pretty frustrating. You know, no talk about being creepy whatsoever. He just talks about the fact that he doesn't know where the money went. And claims he's innocent. But I feel like there is stuff that we can learn from his words if we read between the lines good enough, or if we pay attention to some details that he drops. So let's start. He says, "Hey all, before we get started, I want to take the chance to thank all of my friends, former talent, former staff, and other streamers / industry that I've been in communication with who know myself and my role within the company. You have all been wonderful through this tough time. I also want to thank the many people within the community who have been supportive throughout this time and have stood with me while this gets sorted. I've spent the following month gathering countless documents and what I had access to in order to have clear, concise records of my involvement with the company, and have provided a small fraction below. Transparency and misrepresentation. There was once a time where I was extremely proud about what I helped initially build. There was a lot of hard work and planning involved, and I took a lot of pride in my role in launching the company, but I now simply feel misled, disappointed, and betrayed by those involved. The fact that this had happened at all is troubling to say the least, and I feel deeply for those who were affected by this. If anyone affected needs testimony, evidence, or other material assistance with actions against VShojo, I'm more than willing to do what I can to assist." So he's like turning against VShojo. He's kind of like wiping his hands clean from this and trying to be like, "Yo, I'm on your side," but I don't think anybody wants his side. "I may have documentations or records relevant to the case, and I'm happy to see what I have." Is he doing this to escape like legal liabilities? I don't know. I also considered taking my own shareholder action against the company, which I won't rule out at this time. I also have to consider action against those who have engaged in defamation against my character. Is this like a thinly veiled threat against Neanners and Silvervale and Aethelstan? Although I am hopeful that we can resolve those matters privately and amicably. Buddy, I don't think you have the leverage you think you do. Okay, now in big, bold red letters, he says, "That being said, I was never made aware that talent funds were intermingled with the company's operating expenses. Any budget that was used for marketing was a direct result of asking for that amount, and either being approved or denied. I had extremely limited financial access, only for small marketing approvals, never broader accounts or operations. I have evidence of this from third parties that I have worked with for marketing media while at the company. I have never had access to bank accounts, nor was made aware in meetings about the way finances were being used. What I had been made aware of is that the company was running out of money and needed another round of investment to continue operation. As far as my understanding, the only individuals who had access to company bank accounts were the CEO, the COO, and the finance department. Had I become aware of financial misuse, I would have exited the company immediately and begun to speak with legal counsel and to talent about the misuse of their funds." So this is his play. He's just gonna say he didn't know. My role and authority. There are a lot of misconceptions about my role at the company. Some people have stated that I was the CEO or COO, which is false. I've never seen that, by the way. The two titles at the company that I was assigned were CTO, Chief Technology Officer, and later CMO, Chief Marketing Officer. The change in position was due to an internal company pivot in which the directors of the company assigned the role of CTO to another staff member and subsequently assigned myself to CMO. I was assigned these titles, but I recently discovered it's not entirely clear if these titles were legally or formally recognized. Okay. In terms of seniority, I was not on the board of directors despite assisting in launching the company. I would also like to note at this time that the entire company was remote and no in-person office was ever in use. That's interesting because if I remember properly, when Legal Mindset broke down the whole Niji Sanji situation last year, he said that California labor laws required you to have an in-person office in California. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought that was one of the points. I would tell the talents immediately. Hey, talents, I have some info in exchange for something. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I bet he would have told the talents immediately. We're just supposed to take this at face value, you know? Upon recent investigations on registered documents from the company that have been unearthed, I do not know now if I was ever legally considered CMO or any officer title. It was just a title that I was given internally, which is not something that I was aware of nor would have found acceptable. So the Chief Executive Officer, CEO, is listed here as Justin Ignacio. And then the Chief Financial Officer is Daniel Sanders. Same with the directors. And this is a copy of the Statement of Information Corporation for VShojo, only listing the CEO and COO as officers. So he's showing this as proof to showcase that he is not listed legally as an officer. I feel like this is all just so he can distance himself from any, liability as an officer within the company. Initially, when launching the company, I blindly put my trust into these people that they were doing everything correct in terms of structure and finance. In hindsight, that trust was misplaced. Yo, that's funny. There is a dude that spoke. His name is it Wheat? DJ Wheat? I gotta open up my VShojo script now. Man, I'm gonna have to add another segment to it. God damn it, this video never ends. I have a big part of Mountain Dew. I have a few people that have things to say about him. Yeah, so this guy, Wheat, he is a former Twitch employee who's known Gunrun for like over 20 years. And he received a business proposition from Gunrun at one point to like join VShojo as COO, okay? And then he was like, but don't you already have a COO? And Gunrun was like, yeah, kind of hinting that the CEO wasn't really doing his job. And then he describes this meeting that he had with Gunrun and two officers that he doesn't want to name. But later on, one of his chatters tells him that one of these two guys has stepped down recently, and he's like, oh, okay, he stepped down. So it kind of confirms that he's talking about Mountain Dew. And basically, the whole point of his conversation boils down to him thinking that Justin's company is never going to survive with these two floaters that he had because they were a recipe for disasters. He believes that the COO and the CMO were just there to basically throw away the investors' money, and that they weren't serious people, and also that they weren't capable of the positions they were like put in to handle the company. He talks about how they had just, finished raising the money from the investors. And he was like, you gotta have a solid 5-year plan with that money. And they just didn't have one. Oh, Nien News raid! Welcome! Welcome, Nien News. Thank you so much for the raid. If I recall correctly, that is what LM said. And I myself work for a purely remote company, but they also have at least 3 offices through the US. Oh, that's great! Okay, thank you for letting me know, Devlin. That's really helpful, actually. I love this shitpost, man. Never meet your heroes. Oh, he deleted some posts too. We're gonna take a look at that after. Curdled Milk offering 5 subs to the community. Thank you so much for the YouTube gifted subs. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna I finished my parenthesis so I can keep on reading the doc now. So he says, below I have also, anyway, this was all to say that when he says that his trust was misplaced because he trusted other people to, properly do the job that they were meant to do, and that he trusted these people to do everything correctly in terms of structure and finance, it's bullshit, because based on other people's judgment of his work and how he conducted himself professionally, he also didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Below, I have also attached a series of screenshots of documents from failed merger in 2024 that only list the CEO and the COO as officers and members of the board. It does not include any mention of myself within the company structure. And here people are like hard ratting about which company was VShojo supposed to merge with. Whereas the material facts as to the director's relationship or interest as to the merger and other transactions authorized and approved in the preceding resolution have been previously disclosed to the board and to the stockholders, and are known to the board and stockholders, including without limitation the following. 1. Daniel Sanders is the Chief Operating Officer and Secretary of the company and a member of the board and a stockholder of the company who may receive proceeds or other consideration as a result of the merger in accordance. Yada yada yada. Justin Ignatius, the Chief Executive Officer and President of the company, and holders of company common stock and preferred stock are currently anticipated to receive stock consideration as set forth in the merger agreement. So only the COO and CEO are receiving an offer letter from the buyer and listed as the members of the board. Many people think it was brave. Armchair seems to think it was brave. I wonder if they looked into their finance and they were like, yeah, they're not profitable. Here he adds another piece of proof saying, again, only the CEO and CEO had authority to sign the document. For purpose of the golden parachute provisions, the estimated aggregate amount of payments the disqualified individual could receive in connection with the merger, the amount of payments the disqualified individuals will be entitled to receive or retain even if stockholder approval is not obtained, and the estimated amount subject to the stockholder vote and waive if stockholder approval is not obtained are set forth in the table below. That's a lot of money. Is that a $2 million? Jesus Christ. To each guy? What is a parachute? What's a golden parachute provision? Hi, Loom Loom. How's it going? Thank you so much for the 11 months resub on YouTube. Thank you, thank you. Oh, it's the amount of money they get if they get fired? Oh, golden parachute is that you sell the company and get a nice money deal. So, oh, it's if they lose their job as a result of the merger. I feel like each answer is getting more specific. Oh, parachutes are for high ranking in the company if they are fired. Executive severance, quite common because they can tank the company value by trashing the company on the way out. Oh, okay, okay. So only these two officers would have received golden parachutes. Literally, I didn't know this was happening while I was there. Trust me, bro. Document. Thank you for the precious squad. 13 months resub, Hurtbox. Thank you. Confidential interests of officers and directors of the company, interests of company's director and executive officers. Again, okay, this is all just to prove that he is not listed as any directors in any of these mergers documents, but I'm wondering about other documents. Interested party transaction, whereas each of the undersigned stockholders are aware that each of Justin Ignacio and Daniel Sanders, directors of the company, collectively the directors, will individually receive closing stocks consideration in a merger with respect to shares of company common stock held by each director, and Mr. Sanders and Mr. Ignacio have each received an offer letter from the buyer pursuant to which he will be eligible for additional compensation in such capacity. Document listing the CEO and CEO as the sole directors again. And he says, I have also attached in its entirety a copy of the board consent form from the initial VShojo stock adoption plan, which can be found here. This is VShojo Inc. Action by unanimous written consent of the board of directors. Wait, so what is he trying to showcase here? Justin Ignacio, director. The document which I have obtained is dated February 27, 2021 and must be signed by all members of the board to proceed. It has signatures from the CEO and COO respectively. Oh yeah, it does. And it doesn't have any other signatures. From the start, I felt as if I was always unfairly sidelined in terms of role and influence within the company. Any criticism I had always felt as if they fell on deaf ears, and as time went on, the staff expanded and I felt more and more sidelined within the company. Well, maybe they figured out that you weren't doing your job right. My role in the company more or less begun to feel like an employee that just did marketing and a few other tasks when needed, as opposed to someone who assisted in getting everything off the ground. I feel as if there was not a lot of honesty and transparency about certain happenings within the company, and I now believe that some things I was told were not true. Things such as information about talent's behaviors and the reason for talent departures was information that was presented to me by the founders. So this is his way of saying that, okay, so this is his way of like indirectly addressing the claims that he started 4chan rumors about the departing talents. Okay, but even if the information he received was wrong from the quote-unquote founders, as he says, because that's the excuse he's going for. He's saying like, oh, well, other people lied to me about the talents Why would he go on 4chan to start rumors? Like, that's messed up. Yeah, he still chose to talk shit about the talents that left. Information, right or wrong, it doesn't matter. What he still did was still wrong. Right? This directly influenced my beliefs and feelings about the talent, and I now believe, based on new findings, that the information presented to me was untrue. Again, even if it was untrue, if your first reaction is to go and tell everybody about it, that's not very professional at all. Especially from the guy that's in charge of, like, marketing. There were many projects and pivots that I learned about only after they were in motion or were approved by the board. Things such as pivot to social media style website service at one point and a full company merger, both of which I strongly opposed, are amongst a few examples where I would be notified subsequently to the work beginning. There were times where I was asked to sign documents without adequate time to get them reviewed by an attorney and told that it could potentially lead to my removal from the company. I was told that it was needed for the success of the company with minimal and insufficient details, an example being the aforementioned merger above. In the final years of the company, I did not directly speak with the CEO one-on-one in any capacity. Only the COO weekly. This was likely due to the fact that I would be extremely critical about decisions made in the company and the lack there of scaling in ways that I believe made sense. The CEO had a habit of putting other staff in front of him when faced with adversity. Okay, well, this is something that somebody else has corroborated. Like, apparently Gunrun is really conflict averse, and his biggest flaw is not being able to confront people head on and manage his employees. An example of such was that they would often put other staff in front of talent for communication whenever possible, especially in the final months of the company when significant criticism arose. Yeah, Zentraya also said that she had a lot of trouble being able to, have a talk one-on-one with him, even though she begged him to. Yeah, Zen and Giga called him out on it too, yeah. Dismissal and aftermath. On May 1st, 2025, I was called into a sudden meeting with members of the board where I was informed that my alleged position of CMO was being removed from the company along with 4 other employee positions, one of which being the financial manager, as a cost-cutting measure. During this meeting, it was also conveyed to me that the COO would be stepping down for unknown reasons. It was agreed upon that the statement I would make publicly would be written in a way to make the departure look more favorable for the company and myself so as to not to raise any alarm bells about the health of the company or create speculation. Oh, so he made it seem like it was a mutual, like he was stepping down, but really they just axed his job to cut costs, but because by May 1st, 2025, they were already broke, totally broke. Given my growing distrust with the board up to this point due to the talent departures, I have recorded notes and transcripts from these meetings that I have retained for my records. From about May 15, 2025, all of my access to my company email address I had was revoked, and I departed every server, Slack, and company-related software to move on to begin working on a personal endeavor. I assumed that the company would just simply run out of money in a few months, would post a statement about closure, and I would be grateful that it was a good run. From this point, I began planning and working on my own non-VTuber project to launch in late July to early August and have it hopefully launch before the company would assumably go under or be sold. On July 2nd, 2025, I did a check-in with the CEO to see if anything that would be happening in the company that could conflict with the launch of my project. Hey brother, I have a little bit of a request from you. I have a pretty large forward-facing thing I'm working on this month that is slated for late July/early August. Something big did happen with the company around July, August. Can you keep me up to date on anything large scale that might be happening at VShojo around that time, whether good or bad, company dissolution, new members joining, members leaving, company sale, etc.? I need to have all of that on my radar in case I need to move times and things around. Hope you've been well. Oh, okay, so this is the real reason why he's making this document. He's upset about that. So I'm guessing his project announcement got delayed. I was told to check in after Anime Expo, in which I did. And I was redirected to a new staff member that was allegedly hired after my release. I have censored their name as they were a new hire. In typical fashion, someone was to put between myself and the CEO for communication and would not clearly tell me what was potentially going on. This is the final time I have had any contact with the CEO. It was on July 10th. Hey MTD, connecting you with Du. He's been taking over for more of VShojo leadership things and can keep you better up to speed. Hey there, so doing a check-in if there's going to be any upcoming negative news or the like over the next 30 or so days so I can prepare in advance as I look to launch a new public-facing project in that window. Du responds, I'd say the answer is probably yes. Oh, so they knew. One way or another, there's going to be some negative stuff publicly. I can't say what. On July 21st, 2025, a statement went about the company not paying out charity money that was owed to the IDF. The following message exchange can be seen shortly after. Well, Mouse just posted a thing without any advance notice, so heads up. Well aware from the large amounts of DMs and text I'm getting. Sad day. Can I get some context here, as this is the first time I'm hearing about any of this? Okay, that's why he posted this conversation, because he wanted us to see this line. VShojo owes a lot of money to talents. I don't know when you were involved with the company, but it's been an ongoing / known issue for a year, ? And the charity payment is related. Actually, it's been an ongoing issue since 2021, but seems like people didn't notice till later. You probably have more context than me, I suspect, but also I'm not sure what your relationship was with the company and when. VShojo ran out of money some time ago and has been operating with what was supposed to be talent money, hence causing the current situation. On to the response, I was never made aware of this being an issue from both CEO and COO. I was aware that there was a financial issue, but not outstanding payment, especially for charity. He like gets bothered by this comment where he says you probably have more context than me, I suspect, but I'm also not sure what your relationship was with the company. And he says, excuse me. And then Du responds, like I said, I don't know what your relationship is or was or what your role was, but these issues have been ongoing for most of the past year as far as I know. Since sometime 2024, you'll have to ask Justin. I've been here 3.5 weeks, so I'm just learning and navigating through this as best as I can. This exchange showed when I first became aware of the issue of unpaid charity funds, as well as what funds the company was operating on. This was infuriating to me, as it revealed financial misuse that had been hidden from me during my tenure at the company and was revealed after the fact. I have many opinions about the way the company was run over the years, as well as the decisions that were made by the board. I feel that one day I will share my opinion on the decisions that I believe caused the company to collapse financially. The things I would have changed structurally as the company was run, and some of what I feel was the sheer incompetence of the board. Evidence he retained, but didn't really show. Meeting transcripts and notes. Corporate filings that show only the CEO and CEO as board members. Okay, he showed that. Various contracts. A statement of information listing only the CEO and CEO, with no mention of myself as an officer. This material confirms that I was not registered director of the company and likely not an officer, despite the titles I was given internally. So he never exercised like any of these perks? I also have former staff and former talent that can corroborate the things that I have made clear in the statement, as well as multitude of other individuals who can confirm these statements. Closing, once again, I would like to emphasize that my role in the company was not as broad as some have suggested. I was never given access to finances, nor was I ever part of a board-level decisions. My responsibility was limited to technology and marketing under the approval of the board. I was made aware that the company needed investments, but not that talent funds were being involved in operation. Yeah, but I feel like people are not mad at him because of the money. They assumed he probably knew what was going on, but mostly they were mad at him because of other allegations, like the fact that he was a creep, that he was a sex pest, that he started rumors on other talents, basically like bullying and harassment. I'm so grateful for the large amount of support from friends, talent staff, and community members during this time. I will continue to stand with those who are most impacted and assist however I can. I'm still really excited for the things that I plan coming, and I hope to show you all soon. There's testimonies against this guy, so how the fuck this Ducky is such an arbitrary ass bull that no one buys? Yeah. So it's been community noted, and Vebe and Nianer's posts are in there. MTD got reprimanded for being creepy to us, got told not to message us privately, go figure. I have proof from other streamers attending their IRL parties that MTD would actively shit-talk me after I left the company to paint me in the worst light imaginable. Don't know why you're acting innocent on Twitter, pretending you weren't aware of anything. Can't wait to see all this shit that comes out about you because there's loads. But these aren't my story to tell. Yeah, we saw the stuff Neon and Atel were saying about him on the day of. And this is also another tweet by Neaners. Entity had the audacity to talk shit about you to my face at a party the year that we all left and painted you as some kind of conniving, greedy mean girl who was in my ear and manipulated me into leaving VShojo just because you wanted me to join OTK because her boyfriend Soda is part of that org, or for personal gain or some shit. He got uncomfortably close, up in my face, was like, come on, I know the real reason you left. I know it was because of Vey. She talked you into it. And it was infuriating. I know he spread that same shit to other staff, talent, and other industry people. Seeing one of my closest friends get dragged through the mud like this for years was awful. You did absolutely nothing. And I had so much shit flung at you just because they wanted to push a narrative to protect the company. For him to act like he's completely blameless is insulting. He is a creepy motherfucker. And there's a lot more, obviously, but a lot of it is also not my story to tell. Ika. Feel like there's gonna be some big reveal of signed documents given he's preemptively preparing for reveals of stuff he signed, stating that he had a little time and under threat of being fired. Yeah, I'm not sure why he's doing the list. Maybe so he can have some leverage to talk about stuff with other people behind the scenes. I think he's trying to like gather up allies right now. Do I have that top right? No, I don't. There was another VTuber that spoke about meeting Mountain Dew. Her name is Tobbs. I'll have that clip in my VShojo video. I don't have it on hand right now because it's like... It's not a YouTube video, so I'd have to upload it to my drive and stuff. I only have it as an archive. But she like talks about him being a coke addict. Well, being like super coked out, meeting her at a party, saying some like weird remarks to her. And then we also have, you know, Atel's reaction to Mountain Dew. Okay, maybe volume warning, so I'm not gonna put it to max.
God, here we go! The cat is out of the fucking bag! MTD got reprimanded for being creepy to us. LOL, got told not to message us privately. Go figure. This motherfucker, dude, has the audacity. Gunrun, what the fuck, dude? Oh, so you didn't know about any of this when you fucking said all that shit you said to Nyan, you fucking loser ass bitch? Oh, no, Mouse, no, you're not. No, please.
I like when he says, you fucking loser ass bitch.
You're not an idiot, man. This is literal fucking, like, twisted abuse, dude. Nyan replied to this post. Oh my god. Okay, all right, let me read the rest of this. I have proof from other streamers attending their IRL parties that Mountain Dew would actively shit talk me after I left the company. Yep, I saw that firsthand. To paint me in the worst light imaginable. Don't know why you're acting innocent on Twitter, pretending you weren't aware of anything. Can't wait to see all the shit that comes out about you because there's loads, but those aren't my stories to tell. Thanks for reading, and thanks to those who stuck around between then and now. No, I'll say it. He does the thing that's really creepy to me when you tell someone you don't want to drink and they are physically forcing you to do so. That is one of my biggest fucking pet peeves ever, okay? I get to a certain point, I don't like to drink. I don't enjoy it. I don't like it, especially when it's fucking straight up tequila shots. And I sure as fuck don't like being forced by anyone to do it. Because I've had that happen to me in my own personal life too, and it's one of the worst, most powerless feelings you'll ever feel. It is just fucking awful. And this motherfucker, it just would not stop. It was one of the creepiest interactions with someone that I've met in this space ever. And that's like that is the least worst thing that he did that night. Who's this MTD guy? It's Mountain Dew. He was whatever the fucking VShojo. I don't even know what it is. I think he was just fucking 4chan poster. I think that was his title. 4chan AstroTurf.
His title was 4chan AstroTurfer. That's funny. That's so funny. See, no one knew what his title actually was in the company. Not even the founders. And then it was all of the Iron Mouse also corroborating stuff in chat, saying, you know, she sent him a DM. That's when he had that reaction. And she was like, I would be told certain things about people, and I would feel like I was losing my sanity because they were fine with me when we spoke. But then they would tell me they hated me, so I started questioning my reality. But all the while, the topic was on MTD, so it's like heavily, you know, people believe she's, you know, talking about MTD there. So now, you know, Parrot a QRT Dispose saying, writing 4chan rats about your talent suits you better than writing the Google Doc. Funny. Innis, dude, I love Innis. She also says, there's no way this dude knew nothing. Lol. That made me laugh. So I had to save it. There's a expert armchair who's made a post about it and who hasn't spaced his bullet points. But thankfully, I will read this one for you guys. I got you, don't worry. So he believes it's like somewhat connected to the VStream stuff, I think. So he says, points of interest. Confirms that VShojo was in the middle of pursuing a merger in 2024 that would have granted both Gunrun and Daniel Sanders a golden parachute totaling over $2 million each. However, MTD does not specify what company VShojo would be merging with. This may corroborate rumors floating around earlier this year that Brave and VShojo were previously in talk. Kind of like what chat said earlier. States that VShojo was entirely remote with no in-person office ever in use. Yeah, we also found that weird. States that his role were only listed as CTO and later CMO when the company appointed another staff member to the position of CTO. This staff member was presumably Fujiman, though he left sometime prior to the closure of VStream in March of 2024. So Fujiman was a dev for VStream, and he was let go after the project was shut down. MTD states that he could not have any knowledge of financial misuse because of the limitations of his roles. He states that he was only aware that the company was running out of money, though he does not specify at what point he became aware of this. Fujiman's tweets responding to Gunrun's statement on the 25th of July, which stated that while he was there, the company finances were such a mess that I could almost believe him, Gunrun, when he forgot what the 500k was intended for. That's a crazy sentence. That's crazy. This would seem to indicate that members of C-suite besides the CEO and COO would have had cause to believe that the company had money troubles prior to March of 2024. Dude, I think they knew that the company had money troubles way before that. He sidesteps entirely the allegations leveled by ex-talents that he engaged in slander and backchat. Oh, that's the first time I see this word being used. Backchat. That's a good word. It's like talking behind the scenes, I guess. Slander and backchat against them after their departure from the company also does not touch on the claims of being reprimanded for making talents uncomfortable in DMs or alleged conduct during the VShojo parties. Closest thing the document does to addressing either of these points is a sentence at the start where he states, I also have to consider action against those that have engaged in defamation against my character. And later on, when MTD states that things such as information about talent's behaviors and the reason for talent departure was information that was presented to me by the founders, this directly influenced my beliefs and feelings about the talent. And I now believe, based on new findings, that the information presented to me wasn't true. Okay, we noted the same parts here. Nice, we're on the same wavelength. Questions that remain. Who was the other party in the merger that fell through in 2024? I'm also curious about it. Who brought Daniel Sanders into the fold, and what kept him there? This is especially pertinent given his dubious qualifications for his position. His own startup failed in 2020 and his law license expired in 2021, in spite of ex-talents alleging that he was acting as VShojo's in-house lawyer even past that point. And even more so considering he was apparently one of only 2 board members, the other being Gunrun, with a financial stake in the company. So Daniel Sanders would be the COO, and also allegedly the one who had a relationship with Project Melody, right? If VShojo had no in-person offices, where did they film the skits that they did for Michi's pre-debut videos? Oh, I don't recall those. Did they rent out? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I do recall those. They were like in-office mayhem and stuff. Like teasing. Michi pre-debut. I don't know how I'll find these. I think I need to go on the VShojo official YouTube channel. I remember they were posted on Twitter. Was it this? Like these office lockdown stuff? So this was all fake?
I wish I was dead. Or at Chicky Shack.
That was all actors?
Thanks for moving your whole setup. I just gotta keep my eye on everybody.
Yeah, man, this was supposed to be a one-day shoot, so...
You got jokes. Oh.
This is what they spend their money on.
So it's 2 days until Boss Man shows up.
Pretending they had an office and like employees that work there. Oh, the blonde guy is MTD? I didn't recognize him without his blue hair.
You can't do that! You can't throw away our food!
You're the butt of security. loser. Now we're not gonna listen.
Security guy is also Funhouse?
Question every employee.
Yeah, the location must have been rented.
Yeah, we got
At least they reused some actual employees.
Feeding time for all our pets like kibbles. Be a shame if he didn't get his salmon on time.
Gibbles feeds himself.
Damn, smart kitty. Probably want to keep smart kitties, right? So it'd be a shame if I went and stole kibbles the same way you stole.
Okay, anyway, we don't need to watch the whole thing, but there's like 4 videos like that, or 3. What exactly did the founders tell MTD about the departing talents, and what did MTD do with that information / how did he act on it? Well, according to the talents, he went on 4chan. Are there receipts of this backchat taking place, and if so, why hasn't MTD shared them? How many people within the company were aware of the fact that VShojo had financial troubles, albeit not necessarily financial misuse, prior to opening auditions in July of 2024? Tori Oriane, that was one of the girls that were supposed to debut in the next VShojo gen, yeah. Tori Oriane said that she was left completely unaware of this until she chanced upon the information while attending Offkai in June 2025. Yeah, she did say that. That's crazy. So, for almost like a year, for months, she's been putting her own time and her own money and not even able to stream on an alt, only to go to Offkai, and that's when she found out there through, you know, rumors through the grapevines that VShojo was in financial trouble and that the next gen might never debut. The entire time she was kept in the dark about it, thinking that, oh, I'm gonna have my big break soon, I'm gonna debut with this, like, killer agency. Isn't that wild? Fujiman stated that he and presumably other executives had knowledge of this, at least by March of 2024. It is no exaggeration to say that a great deal of those who auditioned for the company and who put their careers on hold in the hopes of debuting under it likely would have chosen differently had they been privy to this information. Yo, absolutely, absolutely, and well said here, Armchair. Overall, the document admittedly comes off more like a spurned executive complaining about that he was left out of the room while the big boys tried on their... True! True, it did come off as that. It did come off as that. Rather than a genuine attempt at informing the public, MTD does, however, allude to possessing more useful information, though it remains to be seen if this will ever actually be shared. I like that Kenny took... Kenny took a hit for everybody. It says, good digest, but could you space the bullet points in the future? Reading this is a nightmare. I laughed so much when I saw that. Well-written post. I actually really enjoyed this. But yeah, he seemed more upset to the fact that he was like gradually pushed out of the company. Oh, woe me. Bro, you got paid when you left. Unlike everybody, and like all the talents. Oh yeah, but there's more. He, MTD apparently deleted some tweets. But don't worry, all the archivers already have those. Where's that, tweet you linked me, Auntie? Oh, you made 2 tweets about it. Lol. He deleted this tweet, Lamau. Now, bro, what the absolute fuck at the gun run? This user was also included in many of VShojo. I like that the readers added context. This user was also included in many of VShojo's mismanagement issues and has been called out for harassing talents. And he also tweeted, how long before he deletes this tweet? Let's talk about... oh, okay, the Google Doc. That's a good one. I like this. I like this. I don't think he's gonna delete that one, though. Well, we've already made copies, so it's not even worth it at this point. Hi, Amanda. No worries for being late. You can always catch the VOD or rewind. I can't imagine Mint ever going back to Corpo now. And there's not many left. There's not many left after 2025. It's kind of destroyed all the, you know, corporate dream and stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and who can you trust? Exactly. FaZe has problem with international payments? I thought it was just merch. Holo's the only game in town. True. Holo and FaZe, probably. How doped up is he currently to think any talents would corroborate anything he has to say? For some reason, I doubt he'll have much support. Dude, that's exactly what I was thinking when I was reading that. I couldn't agree more. Oh, two-face talents are having issues with getting paid due to their banks. Jelly and Pippa. Wow, and Pippa has been traveling too. Damn, it must suck to have to deal with all of that. There's also this, have you guys seen this post going around? Some people are saying that they're rage baiting. And I can't tell what's real anymore. This person says that they got DMCA'd for some Uma Musume fan art. Woke up and rushed back to work after not uploading for over 2 weeks on both my accounts. Finally excited to introduce the comic I've been working on for days, featuring McQueen and her trainer, only to have this happen right after on my Safe for Work account. I'm done dealing with this series, its policy and community, and most of all, the hypocrisy of Cygames. I can't believe even Safe for Work content is being taken down. I'm not here to point fingers, and I don't think it's simply because the artwork removed was hetero. But was that even a question? But the irony that Yuri content is allowed while hetero isn't is absurd beyond reason. Really? That's a thing? Especially since I actually plan to draw Yuri myself. I personally ship McQueen with Fry Shower. And all this while still in love just dropped on the JP servers. Regardless, this was the final straw. I'm going back to focusing on my own original work. Fuck this series, fuck the company, and I hope everyone involved gets the karma they deserve. At the end of the day, I'm a creator first. My long-term goal has always been to introduce my own OCs and build my own universe. Not stay chained to a series that treats its creator like this and drain us mentally. I hope you'll stick around for more for my work rather than this mess of a franchise. How you treat your creators will one day bite your ass. That is your karma. The following material has been removed from your account in response to a DMC takedown. Notice copied at the bottom. If you wish this contest is removal, you may seek a retraction from the original reporter or file a counter notification. Unfortunately, it was them, no troll, but the actual little dicks here. Easier to say that they are specifically targeting me. What a load of bullshit. May they really get the juiciest karma one day. I will be personally celebrating their downfall for treating creators like this. Damn, this guy's really mad. This guy, girl, I don't know. The horse owners could overrule Cygames in terms of use, just like licensed music. What's up with Cygames? Are they being really controlling about their like to offend derivative content? Ah, thank you, Flying Prosciutto. The owner of the actual horses are very serious about the rights. This is why Uma Musume and JP doesn't have much fan art. They have gotten threats from the horse owners wanting to remove them from their game, so... They only needed to paste a big T on the face. Wait, why? I don't get it. I feel like it's a joke, but I don't get it. Cygames has always been this way with Uma Musume specifically. The TOS has a very harsh anti-horny clause because the owners of the horses hold the rights. So why is it okay for Yuri though? I knew about the lewd content rules. I guess kissing might include it. I'm not sure. Or maybe they cast a net too wide when doing the DMCAs for this one. There are fan art rules that says you can only do certain things on fan art. Fair enough. I mean, it's kind of like rules for clipping. Pretty sure they have strict content guidelines when it comes to drawing horses, as the horse girls were somewhat based around real horses. So maybe this person simply didn't follow the guidelines then. It's not just lewds, it's everything. Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know that. Are those enforceable outside of Japan? Well, to fight a DMCA claim, you gotta file a counter DMCA claim, and I'm not sure how that works. Maybe you have to use your real information and stuff like that. Wasn't that break fair use though? It's fan art? Yes, but technically the IP still belongs to them. Like, it's like that with all fan arts. Like, no one DMCAs the fan arts because, like, why would you? But technically they could. But, like, if you did, you'd act like Nintendo does. Ooh, does Max have the T? Someone said that there was an email address shown from the Cygame side that was a fake email address, so there's a theory going around. It was a disgruntled fan who used Cygame's real rules to get it DMCA. That's why people are saying he's rage baiting then. Yeah, the email is most likely fake from trolls with chat. See, I knew chat would have the answer to this. This wasn't a topic. I was just I was curious about this because I saw this going around. It's convenient of you also leaving out the part where you posted porn of them too, and now blaming heterophobia, Lamau. Reminder, Cygames does not fucking play. Will go to the route of DMCA takedowns to ensure they don't get the license for the Umas removed. That nearly happened with Sion Sky and Nishido Flower, by the way. Their license were almost revoked because of not safe for work art. Seems like he's a liar, yeah. Girl, please shut the fuck up acting like a victim of heterophobia when you were posting shit like this, though. Now, well, how strict the company is about not safe for work spicy stuff. This isn't Yuri versus hetero. This is you versus your own dumbass self. Rage baiter falling for / making a most likely fake email troll. Read the rules and regulation next time regardless, though. Each fandom and its media has a different culture after all. Okay, I'm learning a bit about the Uma Musume stuff. I guess I just had to look at the QRTs. All right, well, I want to look at a few VTuber clips before we end. Oh, Gigi.
Should I talk about? So when we were making sure everything was running smoothly, like you know all the lights, and we got to look at the lights. And while we were watching the lights go off, I leaned back in the chair, and the chair bent.
Gigi sounds like she's in the middle of a bathroom, by the way.
No, bro, she broke the chair. And I'm like, what the heck? The nail just popped right off, and I'm like, Sumimasen, this chair is broken.
Oh,
And
sumimasen. I use that word so much in Japan. Legit, you can go around. You can probably go around Japan just using sumimasen and thank you.
came by because I thought I dropped something, and I'm like, no, the chair's broken.
So whoever sat in the chair, it's fixed now thanks to Gigi.
Yeah, you'll never know. And
Yeah.
you know what? You could have fallen to the ground during the fun times.
Yeah. Yeah, if someone, oh my god, it would have broken during the concert. So you're welcome. Everyone's so welcome.
Gigi pre-broke the chair.
Pretty broke it for you.
Yeah, imagine you're sitting there and your chair breaks and you're like, this is the worst day of my life. But then to me, it's not.
And it falls on
Exactly.
someone's foot or something like that. Like the person behind you, it falls on their foot, and then they have to go to the hospital. They have to stop at the hospital. Terrible, terrible. So thank you for breaking the chair.
Thank God.
Last year we were breaking the bench. This time we're breaking the chair. Normal things. But we're breaking them all together. Exactly. Together.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Breaking chairs.
Breaking
What else can I
chairs.
break? Can I break something else? Let me see. I'm trying to figure out if I can break something
What are
tomorrow.
you trying to break?
Okay, hint. Mori Kalaifi's gonna try to break something tomorrow.
Another chair. And she's not gonna tell them this time.
What is it? Have I told you guys about my choreo? I don't think I have.
Oh, I couldn't break down.
Oh, she's gonna
Break dancing, break dancing.
Okay, we'll see. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna move.
Did Gigi perform at the concert? I've never heard her sing yet.
Welcome back to Resident Evil 4, Part 5, the series finale.
She did? Was it good? Oh my god, I didn't see it. I gotta go catch it. Or somebody submitted. She solo performed a Corona song? Cool. Yo, Scarlett, welcome to the Cute Squad. Thank you for the YouTube resub.
Chapter 15 of 18. 15, 16, 17, 18. Where are we? I don't know. Make your way to the summit.
She's
What
so
are we doing?
cute.
That's what we're doing. Welcome back. Alright, let's see what's going on. This looks exactly like the last level of...
She just has such a velvety voice. There's something about her voice that I love. I love listening to her. Her ASMRs were, I think, some of the best.
Indiana Jones and the round thing. Indiana Jones and the round circle of round. This is what this looks like.
That's gotta be their sanctuary.
Hey, our ears are kind of similar.
Ashley.
Ashley. I am so tired of saving this woman. Can I just tell you, can I have a moment here? Can I just tell you how sick and tired I am of saving this woman? I'm tired, Ashley. I'm not an Ashley hater, I'm just tired. Why haven't we given Ashley a gun? Just out of curiosity, why have we not given her a gun? No, I don't think she would die. I think she's proven herself pretty useful now. I mean, she's insisting that we are a team now, therefore. Okay, let's put her to the test then. Here you go, take my... whatever this is. Take my upgraded Red 9, just for you.
I like the little effect on the subtitles there. Ooh, a Doki bird short.
How many marriage proposals did you get in, like, conventions?
Like 2?
Oh, that's alright. What about you? No, then you'll
I'm surprised it wasn't more.
feel bad. Now she's sad. I've done my job.
Now I'm sad. I remember I once complained about it because I heard other people had gotten a lot of marriage proposals. I was like, oh, I didn't get any. Oh, and then I had like 2 people come and are just like, I'm coming to marriage proposal to you.
Yeah, but that's a pity.
I know.
Wait, the animations is so cool in this short. Who made it? This is amazing.
Your misery is funny to me.
Look at that. Oh, it looks so cute there. I love this.
The kindlings, if I did perish or if I happen to have some kind of terminal sickness, because Sakuna was like, are you okay? And I said, Sakuna. It's because the doctor appointment is taking, I have to book it a while out in advance. I don't know, I guess doctors are busy, or at least the ones that I can book. So I gotta wait. I gotta wait a little bit. But, yeah, I talked to Sakuna and I was like, so Sakuna, if I perish for the greater good of FaZe, you can monetize my death. And he already hit me with a
That's like collecting insurance.
marketing plan.
Damn.
From A to Z, I was like, why do you already have this thought out?
Wait, he had a marketing plan for her death already planned out? Shit. I'd be scared what else he had planned out then.
What do you mean? I could read his plan too. I was like, you can profit and make content off of my dying soul. And he says, yes, we can do a VN based off of it. And all paths lead to a bad end. 100 ways to die sadly. And then we can do a merch run in memory of the virtual fire starter. And the title can be Into the Dark, the final dance. And then it could be about, you know, having your last dance and your journey with invaders before you... And I said, excuse me, why is this thought out already? Well, excuse me? And he says, I'm a marketer, smiles. Like, well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
See, VShojo couldn't even put together a 5-year plan. Sakana's planned your entire life with Face Connect up till your death. He's even planned your death. That's how advanced he is to all these other CEOs.
But you know what? It's valid. I hope everyone makes a lot of money off of my death if I perish. Knock on wood.
Yes. Sakana has Giga Fish Brain. Yep. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a collab with Barrett soon. Next week, on Tuesday. We're bringing the gang back. Yeah, that Sakana tweet where he was found cheating in the Zerlin was so funny. The new VShojo clip? There's another new VShojo clip? Wait, I thought this was an old clip.
I'm gonna be real
Oh my god, it's loud. Whoa. Jesus.
honest for a second here. It really fucking sucks to find out that, like, the girls were signed to NDAs to not be able to talk to other people is fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. I was wondered why no one, like, reached out to me and was like, damn, dog, I'm sorry. I'm sorry
Damn,
that,
dog.
like, you know, everything fell through for you. I'm sorry, man. We still love it. You know, I think that's...
Hika! Thank you for the 5 gifted subs! Thank you so much! Thank you.
fucking crazy, dude.
Like, how dare they? That's like controlling like X levels, okay? They're like the creepy controlling X. Good job, guys.
Yeah, but who was pushing MTD to go like AstroTurf on 4chan? Who planted that thought into him, or did he decide to do that on his own volition?
I don't know who advised him, but that's fucking crazy, dude. Dodged a bullet? I mean, yeah.
It's her music that's loud.
In retrospect, I did. But at the same time, like, you know, a lot was also gained from the company. It just sucks. I don't know. It's fucking awful all around, man. It sucks, man. I've had my time crying about it, you know. I cried about it for like 2 years. Thought my friends hated me. And come to find out that they couldn't even fucking talk to me. There's a lot that, like, we're just not allowed to talk about because of the NDAs we had to sign. I can only imagine what the actual debut girls had to sign. I was only in the Discord for maybe 30 hours, less than that.
Damn.
They were like, yo, dog, we're gonna go in a different... Our business... What did he say exactly? We just don't have the money to support bringing on new members, yet I was already in the works with Bebe. Like, hello? Okay. Alright. Oh, God, I'm getting angry again. I'm getting angry over it all over again, because I'm no longer sad about it. I spent 3.5, 4 years being sad about it. I'm no longer sad. I'm just fucking pissed. I'm just pissed that the dream that I thought I missed out on, that's what I'm pissed about. The dream that I thought I missed out on, okay, wasn't a dream. It was a nightmare. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I was like...
I mean, she dodged a bullet, I guess?
I was like looking back at all the assets and stuff and like the art and like outfit design that I was gonna have with VShojo, and I just cried. Yeah.
I need a dissolution clause if I ever had to sign an NDA. Yeah, but imagine like how hyped they were about getting into the company. They probably didn't think about that. It's kind of like if Hololive, if Yago is like, yo, you're gonna debut as one of our next talents generation, you'd be so excited. You literally would sign anything they put in front of you.
Back in 2019, 2020, I was set to debut in the spring with a baby.
Also, I feel like, you know, the information or maybe it's wishful thinking or just us, but I think we have more information about contracts and how these things should be negotiated now versus what we had in the VTuber scene in terms of readily available information like 4 or 5 years ago. It was a completely different scene.
Grok, is this real? At Grok, why?
Or they decided I wasn't good enough.
I worry for the youth.
God, thank you, Mom.
It was fucked up because you don't know, like, one of the most like fucked up parts of it is they told me that it was the talent. That the talent didn't feel comfortable with like bringing on more people, and that's like why they needed to reassess their business practices. So they like blamed.
They told her the talents didn't want her on board, so this entire time she felt so fucking bad because she thought she was rejected by the other girls, but really it was all VShojo. Isn't that awful? Like the hit your self-worth mistake when it's like think about your Oshi, and you're thinking about joining your Oshi's agency, and then like the staff at the agency is like, yo, finally we thought about it, but you can't join us because your Oshi doesn't like you. They don't think you'd be a good fit. Sorry.
It on the rest of the talent. Yeah.
This is an alley
So
for grass, by the
that
way.
sucked.
It's
I
disgusting.
blamed the other talent and said that the other talent wasn't comfortable with how fast they were expanding and
Oh yeah, grandma died.
that they would have to delay. At first they told me they would have to delay my debut, and then about 4 months, 5 months later they came to me and said, oh no, we're just gonna tell you to reapply.
I love family bonding time.
Which is ridiculous because I never
That's
applied
so
in the first
sad.
place. They approached me.
What?
What's up, Barry?
Oh god. Okay, I need to stop talking about this.
Gathering rope.
I don't know, man. It sucked to like feel like all of my friends at the time didn't want me to come into the thing they invited me to.
Oh, nice. Oh, never mind. I'm great.
And now I just like, I don't believe it. Like,
Oh,
I just,
oh my God.
now I don't believe that that was actually what happened.
Open it. Happy, open up.
There's just, like, it's like just, I don't know, reopening all this fucking shit, and I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Face
I'm
your
sorry, guys.
and I'm homebound.
Dude, that's so cruel. These people have fucked up so many people. Not just financially, but also damaged them, like, emotionally and mentally.
Oh, wait.
I love you. I love you.
I know that you guys, like, I know that you guys love me. That's, like, I cherish you guys so much. It's just, it's a little different, you know, because at that time, like, I thought for that, like, all the time that when I was offered and all the time and everything we talked about and all the work I put into it, it just,
I simply don't see it.
I felt like it was finally it, you know, like it was finally time that, like, my family wouldn't have to struggle anymore. You know, I had worked, like, all of this had paid off, that everything I was doing was finally worth it. That my family wouldn't have to struggle and I could support them and I was gonna make it. Cause, like, that's just where I've come from, you know, like.
Oh, there we go.
On top of my head.
Oh, man.
I thought that it was gonna be finally, I don't know, like when I told my mom, it was just with such pride and I was finally proud of myself, dude. It was so nice. And and then it just,
I go now.
Come on, canister.
then it just went away.
Grabbing.
Not only did I feel the same way I felt before I was offered it, but it was worse.
There's no way. You go.
This is Momo.
I just wanted it all to be over.
Yeah, even after she got,
Part of me
like,
wishes I was
closure, knowing that it wasn't the talents who, like, wanted her out, it still hurts her.
Even offered it. I don't want,
What's that luxury
the
like?
biggest thing out of it is I don't want money. I don't
Find it out
I
right
don't
now.
care about, like, the
What
money
a shit
could
show.
come from it.
Yeah,
I just
V
want my
shit show.
mental health back and my friends, and that's it. That's all I want.
Wow. Heartbreaking stuff. Poor Momo. Honestly, I wish that things get better for her moving forward. What the fuck, dude? Fucking VShojo. Never thought all of this would have happened like a year ago. Not gonna lie. I was completely blindsided. It sucks. It just sucks. Alright, I think that's it for me. I'm gonna go work out a little bit before going to bed. Thank you for hanging out. I'm going to do a casual stream probably tomorrow of either VTuber Clip Reacts or Uma Musume, because I feel like there's not much to talk about lately, and we might as well use this time to do just more casual stuff. You know. Yeah, we kind of ended on a downer clip, but it's okay. It's okay. We had the laughs before. The Mint Doki Bird short was really good. All right, I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll schedule. I'll need to figure out my thumbnail and shit.